brother just now, leveraging on the Malaysia-Turkey FTA. We are also looking at opportunities for investment from both sides, Malaysian companies in Turkey and Turkish company in Malaysia. We already have a presence, for example, at the Istanbul Sabiha Gökçen International Airport, where Malaysia Airport Berhad is already there. But I'm sure there are business corporations in Malaysia also looking closely at the up and coming big project. For example, the Canal Istanbul project. Besides that, the Turkish companies involved in defense products have been participating in many of our tenders. Some have been awarded, some are still in progress. But yes, the tender is open and transparent, but with the track record of Turkish company, I'm sure it will be something positive at the end, inshallah. We are also very thankful that Turkey is buying our palm oil and palm oil related products. And this I must underline that a few years ago, at the time when Malaysian palm oil had a lot of difficulties in certain region of the world, as a brotherly country, the Turkish government, through your companies and so on, helped us a lot by buying more palm oil. And I must put on record that the government of Malaysia is indebted to your kind gesture. Of course, we hope you will continue buying more palm oil from us. I think we also discuss issues on Islamic finance and Islamic banking, halal product, among others. We also discuss and we should follow up on the swap agreement on using our own currency when it comes to trade. There are a number of MOUs that are still pending on the Malaysian side, and we agreed just now that on my part, we will look at all of those agreements, some of which has been on the table for probably too long, and we should look and see how we can merge or improve on the contents of the agreement. Both of us were in Islamabad yesterday attending the special or the extraordinary meeting of the OIC foreign ministers. And we were discussing on Afghanistan. We have set, one of our NGO have set an office in Kabul, and I'm sure Malaysian NGOs and the Turkish NGOs can work together very closely in providing humanitarian assistance. But besides that, Malaysia is also willing to work with Turkey in other areas for mid-term and long-term rebuilding and reconstruction of Afghanistan. I am very thankful that later this afternoon I will have the opportunity to make a call on President Erdogan, and even though tomorrow I will be going back, but I'm also very happy that I'm meeting a group of NGOs who are based here. They are from the Union of Islamic NGOs, which is founded by President Erdogan, and they are based in Istanbul. And I'm happy to also inform you that one of the member of my delegation, which is my special advisor on Afghanistan, is the Deputy Secretary General of that organization. And the main objective of my meeting with them is to see how we can even foster relations between the Muslim NGOs of Malaysia and Turkey. So all in all, it was a very good meeting. And before I forgot, I must also mention that Malaysia is interested to look at the possibility of using your vaccine, Turkovac. So I'm told that it is now in the final stages before it goes to the market. But it would be good if our people can quickly start talking to the producers. And it is not just, I told my dear brother that it is not just about the vaccine as of now, but also future cooperation in medical and perhaps vaccine production and so on and so forth. So it was a very good meeting, and I must thank you, and I hope to see you again, not only in Turkey and other places, but more importantly, we have to have our first meeting that we have decided to bring it to a higher level in Kuala Lumpur, inshallah. Thank you.
Enes Polat from TRT News. I have two questions. First to the guest minister. Within your visit to Turkey in the future, in terms of relations between Turkey and Malaysia, have you discussed any concrete projects? My second question for both ministers. Yesterday, you attended the OIC meeting, a special meeting on Afghanistan. What are your comments on the meeting and its outcomes? And one more question to Minister Cavusoglu. When it comes to the operation of Kabul airport, what recent news can you share with us? And with OIC member countries, you have talked about a visit to Kabul. What is the recent situation on this visit? This was a long question. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think we agree just now when it comes to trade relations, we want to add value to our trade relations, not only about Malaysian companies investing here, and likewise Turkish companies investing in Malaysia, or Malaysian company participating in projects here, and Turkish companies participating in Malaysian projects. On this point, I think one strong understanding is about the participation of Turkish companies in the procurement of military equipments in Malaysia. Of course, Malaysia observes an open and transparent tender process, and there is no way we can bend the procedures. But as I have stated earlier, I think with the track record of the Turkish companies, we are very hopeful that it will result in something positive. And also about Malaysia's participation in some of the projects here, which can, on the one hand, bring investment to Turkey, on the other hand, is also about providing jobs or employment for Turkish people. On Afghanistan, I think between the two countries, we have been exchanging notes in terms of how we look at Afghanistan. We are on the same page, and we can further our cooperation, for example, on humanitarian assistance, where Turkish NGOs and Malaysian NGOs can work together very closely. As I said, one of our NGO, the Global Peace Mission, has set an office in Kabul, because we don't have, unfortunately, Malaysia doesn't have an embassy in Kabul. But secondly, Malaysia is also prepared to work with Turkish companies in the reconstruction of Afghanistan, and that can come in many ways. It could be the rebuilding of Kabul airport. It could be in education, training of trainers, and so on and so forth. So I'm sure there can be a lot that we can do together as two brotherly countries to in any way support our Afghan brothers and sisters. Thank you.
Çok teşekkür ediyorum.
Thank you very much for the question.
Özellikle Malezya ile ilişkiler bakımından
When it comes to our relations with Malaysia,
kardeşim Saifuddin de bilgi verdi.
I was informed by my brother Saifuddin as well when it comes to concrete projects. As for the Turkish airport, as our president expresses on every occasion, when Turkovac enters the market and enters effective use, all the test results are positive so far. We will be happy to share this vaccine with our brothers and sisters. Also, developing countries, starting with African countries who haven't had access to the vaccine so far, we will bring our vaccine to them, and hopefully we will offer it to the use of humanity, and our brothers, the Malaysian people, will hopefully benefit from Turkovac as well. And when it comes to the mutual recognition of our vaccination certificates, we will take necessary steps. And we are very happy for your interest to the Kanal Istanbul project. It's a great vision and a great project. We have an opposition in our country, and every now and then they object to every project, including this project that we're trying to achieve, and they also threaten companies and countries which are interested in the project. Nobody finds these threats serious, but because it's their perspective on such developments is not positive. So we are happy that Malaysia is interested and takes place in such a project without spending a single lira from our treasury. Hopefully we will be able to realize this big and visionary project. Yes, when it comes to Afghanistan, you asked a question. First and foremost, yesterday's meeting was very timely. A meeting which was also very helpful. We have given messages so far, and we gave these messages directly to Taliban as the Muslim world, and we shared our messages as brothers, because we are brothers of the Afghani people. They're our brothers, and we have made these warnings and advice to the interim administration, and in our one-on-one talks I have also shared such advice with them. On the other hand, the Afghani people currently are under challenging conditions. As the Muslim world, if we allow this to happen, first of all, we would make a big mistake. For that reason, for our brothers and sisters which live under difficult conditions, we should extend a helping hand. We do this as Turkey, and other countries do this individually as well, but we have to do something together as the Muslim world as well. On the other hand, not just delivering humanitarian aid, food, clothes, you can deliver such supplies, but hospitals have to function, schools have to be open, and people should have money that they can spend. For that reason, OIC and the Islamic Development Bank have decided to establish a fund. This decision was taken in yesterday's meeting. Every country can contribute depending on their own means. So Afghanistan, in order for Afghanistan not to collapse as a system and as a country, we discussed what can be done and we have taken decisions together. As for the Kabul airport, our experts are flying to Doha today. A Turkish company and a Qatari company, not only for Kabul, but for the 5 airports in Afghanistan. For their cooperation, they have signed an MOU. And within that frame, joint offers will be made to the Afghani interim administration, and our colleagues will fly to Doha, then they will fly on to Kabul probably on Wednesday, and they will discuss this topic with the government there. If conditions allow, we can operate the airports together with Qatar. But if conditions do not allow, it doesn't have to happen. And in the upcoming days, this will be more clear. On the other hand, with some other foreign ministers, the idea of visiting Kabul is still on the table. These meetings have been held, and with some brothers, if my brother wants to join as well, he is also welcome to this visit. Also, the foreign minister of Indonesia is interested in joining the Qatari and the Kuwaiti foreign ministers, as well as the Uzbekistani foreign minister, as well as Pakistan's foreign minister, Brother Qureshi. With all of them, we have discussed, and with our brother Saifuddin as well, if he decides to join, we can plan such a visit. In this visit, we can give these messages directly, and we can show our solidarity with the Afghani people.
Sayın Bakan, son dönemde yoğun bir diplomasi trafiği yürütüyorsunuz.
You have had a busy traffic of diplomacy recently. You came from Pakistan recently, but before that you had an Africa visit, and then you have assigned representatives with Armenia. So, can you give us some details about the calendar of negotiations, also chartered flights? In diplomacy, under the leadership of our president, our busy traffic continues. We are present and we show our flag on every corner of the world. We have 253 missions in all countries. We have the most experienced and most equipped diplomats of the world, so we are represented in every part of the world, and we run a very busy and multilateral foreign policy. 2 days ago in Istanbul, we have held a very successful Turkey-Africa partnership summit, and during that visit, we hosted 38 countries. Some couldn't join last minute. From 54 countries of Africa, we had a high level of participation. We hosted 16 heads of state and government, and we hosted more than 100 ministers, not only foreign ministers. We held 4 ministerial meetings. So at every level, this has been a very fruitful summit, and we have a 5-year action plan, and we have established a follow-up mechanism to implement these decisions. We were in Pakistan together with Afghanistan and the whole Muslim world. We were in Asia. Today we are hosting my brother Saifuddin in order to discuss how to improve our relations with Malaysia. Today, after the cabinet meeting, I will go to Hungary, the Visegrad 4, plus Turkey, Hungary, Poland, Czechia, and Turkey foreign ministers meeting will be held, and with the new foreign minister of Czechia, with the Czech Republic, we will have our meeting. So there's a busy traffic, as you said, for the stability and security of our region. We are taking steps, and with Armenia, we have taken steps to increase trust within the same framework. In order for direct contacts to begin, we have assigned special envoys bilaterally, and as soon as possible, the special envoys will meet the Atlas Global company. It was flying, and currently some companies have the demand to fly between Yerevan and Istanbul. Our Ministry of Transport is looking into these requests, and some companies' flights will begin in the upcoming days. As we frequently reiterate, as we take all of these steps, we consult with Azerbaijan, and we take our steps and we make our decisions in consultation with them. Our wish is to see peace and stability in full in South Caucasus. On the other hand, connecting countries to each other and developing economic development with transport projects, including the Zengezur project, and we give the support that we can to such projects. Thank you.
Sorry?